thing muted here. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to all of you. I hope you're having a good Tuesday morning so far. Have y'all got your coffee ready? It's time for the coffee sessions. I think I'm going to do an invite here, see if we can bring somebody else on here. So what's going on with everybody this morning? See, we've got. I'm going to try to take a stab at pronouncing this. I'm wondering if it's Takayama. If that's correct, let me know. I think that might be correct. Here we got Javi in the house.
Morning, Dave.
Well, good morning, Javi. How are you this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful. Got my makeshift coffee.
Okay, yeah. Well, I've got the real deal right here. Yeah, we got some folks filing in. I was trying something new this morning, and I think it's working okay. I'm checking over here. Yeah, it looks like it's going over here on YouTube. I talked a little bit about it yesterday. The guys at StreamYard, which is this streaming platform I used.
Yeah.
They do that town hall every Sunday night. Well,
Right.
This Sunday they've been teasing us with some new things, and they finally released their new features for this time. And Javi, since you're on here, I know you can see the comments. Do you see anything new at the bottom? Because I can't remember if they were going to make it where the guest can do this or just the host.
Well, it looks like it's just the host. I don't have a way to answer back or anything.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure. I think maybe that's something that's going to be in the works then.
Yeah.
But anyway, I now have a thing at the bottom of the comments where I can post a comment straight from StreamYard, and I can post it to either YouTube. Like right now, I'm streaming to YouTube and Facebook, so I could stream it to just YouTube or just Facebook, or I could put a comment in here, and it's by default, it's all. So
that's cool.
I'm going to try it now. I'm going to say hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, and let's see if it goes out to all the.
Yep.
If it goes out to all the platforms. Well, I see it over there on the tubes, and I don't know if it's. I don't see it over here on Facebook yet. We'll see if that works. Anyway, pretty cool features. And also what the big thing is, as I mentioned yesterday, up until today, every time I restream to multiple platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, wherever I'm going, I set up the thing in StreamYard, but I set it to use Restream, which is a third-party app, and then it takes the broadcast and sends it out to the different platforms where it's going. Well, now the big deal is you can set it all up and use just StreamYard. So if you notice something different this morning, I was able to schedule them and have the links ahead of time. So that's a pretty big deal.
That's nice. Yeah.
So before, you just had to
wait for you to.
Yeah, you had to wait for me to go live and go, okay, well, let's go find it. And so it's much better now. I'm really stoked.
Yeah, it hasn't popped up on Facebook.
Yeah, I see. Let me go through and say hello to some folks here. We got Larry Galt in the house. Harry's Place. How you doing, Harry? Nice shot of, and notice also we're not seeing just the logos. That's a YouTube comment, but we're seeing his picture, photo, avatar, whatever you want to call it. If you don't have one there, well, no, it does. There's Greg Hamilton, or Hitch Hamilton, as I know him by.
Oh, Greg is Hitch?
Yeah, Greg. I actually have two friends named Greg Hamilton. The other Greg Hamilton spells his first name with just
one G.
Greg, not Gregg like Hitch does. But yeah, now over here in the comments, it's just got the logo, so I can tell when I'm clicking on them where they're watching. But then you see when it pops up on the screen here, if they have an avatar or a photo, it will show up.
Yep.
There's Janet Moore. There's her little Facebook photo or profile pic or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
We got Bob Sims watching from the UK. Welcome, Bob. Mike Smith. Yeah, that's something that people were talking about yesterday, I think. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about you don't get to see the pictures. There's Joey Spainhoward watching again today. Thank you, Joey. He's pretty much a regular these days.
Mm-hmm.
What's on my mind? Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. There's the comment I put a while ago. Hello back at you. That's Skip Evans. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can see the photos. That's much better than the way they were doing it before.
Yep.
I guess he's saying commentary is faster on the video on YouTube. I think that's what he's meaning. Not to Facebook. Yeah, I think that.
The video is delayed about 12 seconds on average, as far compared to the comments.
John Payton. Yeah, well, I've always mentioned, and the guys at StreamYard say it too, that a lot of times Facebook don't want to play well with others. So some things may work on all the other platforms, but they don't.
The AM coffee crawl.
the AM coffee crew. Yeah.
Oh, I saw crawl because of the exclamation point, and I'm going. Oh, I've heard of the. What was the other? I was talking to the other day, and I think it had to do with alcohol or something. I learned the meaning of a crawl. Oh, that's it. It was actually something close to my town. It's in Key West. They got Duval Street, and on Duval Street, it crosses.
Look who's up early.
Yeah, there's Mark.
It's 6:09 a.m. over in Medford, Oregon.
Yeah,
he's already crawled out of bed. Good for him. Yep. How you doing, Mark?
On Duval Street, crosses Key West, and there's about 300 bars on Duval Street, and they say that it's the Duval crawl is when you hit all 300 pubs and take a little drink from each one, and then I think you got to go both ways, up and back. But regardless, you'll be crawling by the end of the trip. I'm not much of a imbiber, so I don't know, but
yeah, the pub crawl.
I just learned that term for the first time the other day.
Okay. Well, I saw somebody post something on Facebook this morning, and they said he asked if anybody was participating in Sober October. I guess it's where you give up drinking for the month of October, which for me would be easy to do. But then he also said that it included sugar and caffeine and coffee, and I'm like, nah, come on.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Let's not get silly here,
Yeah, if we're talking alcohol, and probably I've had a sober September, sober August, so but
yeah,
it's very rare. If I'm out with friends, I'll have a sweet drink or something, but give up caffeine, that's a little tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any problem giving up the alcohol because I'm not much of a drinker these days anyway. But coffee, forget it. That they have that old meme that goes around Facebook, says a day without coffee is like Just kidding. I don't have any idea. That applies to me.
I like that one. I like that one.
applies to me perfectly because
Yeah, my wife's the same way. Funny enough, I could go a month without coffee because I am not a coffee drinker on average, except for little espressos from the Cuban coffees on occasion.
yeah. So what's on the agenda today, Javi? What do you got planned for today? You got big plans or?
Well, if it stops raining, I plan on because it's been raining the last 2 days. I haven't been able to get out there and move the um, the stuff into the trailer from one of my storage rooms. I mean, from one of my garages that are basically you open the door and you walk into a wall of stuff.
Mhm.
So it's not much of a garage. That's why I call it a storage room. But I keep on my mind. The only thing on my mind right now is that electrical issue that I have at the property. And well, perhaps there's an electrician. See if there's any electricians out there. I've already asked a friend of mine advice, but hey, the more the merrier. I've got an overheating breaker. It's brand new on the panel, and it's the 100-amp main breaker. It overheats. However, the only thing running through it is a 40-amp breaker from the RV. It's all on one leg. It's 110. So if anybody has any thoughts, I'd appreciate them. Questions. But other than that, that's it, Dave. I plan on moving stuff if it stops raining.
Moving stuff. Well, I've got a pretty big day planned.
Ooh, tell me.
Well, I was thinking I might do a little bit of laundry later this morning. Probably going to work on my grocery list a little bit, my shopping list. And if all goes well, I may remember to take the trash out to the curb today. So, I got a full day.
You got a full day? I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah. No, I'm probably going to be back out in the garage running this Gatton CNC a little bit, cutting some more parts. Let's see. We got Steve from Oklahoma. The coffee crawl would be more fun. 300 cups of coffee, one in every bar. Oh, that's probably kill you.
You better have a lot of bathrooms on the way.
We've got a licensed electrician here, but he says, so I don't know what the but means. But I was also looking for, I couldn't get anybody brave enough to join me yesterday, so I was flying solo for the whole thing. And I know Ryan Ballard popped in. He made a comment on Facebook and said, "Well, I'll join you anytime." So I said, "Okay, I'm sending you a link tomorrow." And now I don't see him out there, so I don't know if he's hiding or.
Yeah, Andrew. Oh, there's Ryan. Ryan Ballard.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he's watching.
Yeah, Andrew commented, could be a bad. That's the first thing I suspect is a bad connection from the breaker to the lugs. It's an Eaton panel, because that's the only thing that could overheat a 100-amp breaker. However, it took 3 hours to overheat it, and it was only pumping out maybe 20 or 30 amps total. So it's because it didn't pop. First of all, it didn't pop the 40 amp.
Yeah, here's the but that Andrew.
Yeah, but
it's the bad idea to give electrical advice on Facebook.
Of course.
I think it's a bad idea to give any kind of advice.
Yeah.
And I see here, it looks like Hitch Hamilton's going to have an even more exciting day than me. He's getting Medicare supplement insurance policy. Yeah, you got to be stoked about that. Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Speaking of getting old, I guess. Medicare. My joints are all that logging wood over it. That logging wood takes a toll on your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not as young as we used to be, but keep plugging along.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what we got here. It looks like we don't have, but just let's see here. No, that says we got 9 watching. I don't know. I don't know about these numbers. Oh, okay. I'm looking at. Yeah, they've added new stuff. See, I gotta relearn this. So now it says we've got 26 viewers. Oh, and it's got it combined. Okay, so it says we've got 26 viewers. Well, 25 now. Somebody left.
Well,
we got 8 on Facebook and 17 on YouTube, and I can see that without.
I'm willing to bet you there's probably closer to 20 on YouTube, because what happens is if they don't comment, they don't count on Facebook. Okay. If they don't comment recently, that's the way Facebook does their thing. When you go on a live on Facebook, you'll see one person, and then all of a sudden you go, "Oh, I've been here the whole time," and then there's 10 people there.
Yeah. Let's see, Mark. The trick is to not go to the dump and not bring home more than you took. I remember as a kid, growing up in Danville, my dad had this old homemade trailer. It was, I don't know who built it, but it was like, it didn't even have any fenders on, just had like an axle from a truck or something, and had the tire sticking out. There wasn't any fenders on it, and it was just plywood thing. And I remember the back of it had a couple of little handles, and you just slide it up, went in a groove. And that's what he would use to haul stuff off to the dump. I remember as a kid, I always used to love to go to the dump because you'd see stuff people would throw away, and you go, "Oh man, that's cool." And I was always trying to bring stuff back home. I'd be throwing stuff in the trailer, and Dad would be pulling stuff out. But let's see here. Steve says, "I'm going to flush tram tabs off a flag I carved." Cool. Mark Lindsay says, "It's easy for me. I'm getting rid of trash, not shopping."
That's wise.
It appears Javi has organized his workplace, or at least he's good with camera angles, Eric.
Yeah, it's if you let's see. Here's the messy side, and here's the clean side. Yeah. I'm
See, before I do any kind of a live or stuff, I always, turn the camera on, and I'm always checking. You walk back here, and you go, okay, and you move something till it's just out of the range, and then you're good. So as long as you don't move your camera or something, nobody sees your messy.
Yeah, and I just don't care. I mean, this is me. I am as organized as I possibly could be. As you see, I'm anal with some things. I'm OCD, but then the other stuff, it's just there's not enough room to do it to the whole place. So, and I'm not consistent. Morning, Ryan.
Hey, morning.
There he is. Good morning, sir.
Making some breakfast.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we have breakfast this morning.
In my pantry.
I've been in worse places.
You were married to my ex-wife too?
Oh, let's not go there.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Mark. I'll do a green screen from now on, and then I'll just show different backgrounds, some messy, some clean. And
now, Ryan, is that actually rays of sunshine I see coming through that window just off to the side?
No, right behind my head.
Yeah.
That's a light.
Well, no. I know that's a light, but I was talking about over where those cabinets are. Yeah, right there.
The rain has stopped, like within the last half an hour.
Okay.
So it may dry out today.
All right. So we're going to be putting up some solar panels on the new shop today.
Possibly. It depends on if the grass dries out some.
Yeah.
Cool. If the grass dries out enough, then you still can't walk around on metal roof with wet shoes.
You got an order from Troy Pritchard there, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 eggs over easy, bacon,
yeah.
and toast.
I'm out of bacon at the moment, but I'm frying up some potatoes, and we're gonna do scrambled eggs with ham and cheese.
Oh, sounds pretty good. You're making me hungry.
I'm a breakfast guy. I have to eat breakfast. If I don't eat breakfast, I get real hangry. So,
Yeah.
helps to turn on the stove.
I eat the real easy stuff for breakfast because I don't like cooking, and I eat a lot of the stuff you buy at the store, the Jimmy Dean sausage stuff where you just throw them in the microwave. And
yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Jimmy Dean sausage.
There you go. I'm going to turn that light off because it's really bothering
me. Yeah, what's up with out of bacon?
I know. I used the rest of it up. Well, we have some of that pre-cooked bacon, and I'm just not eating
I love the pre-cooked bacon.
Do you really? It's gross.
Yeah. No. Well, it depends which one you get. I don't know which one my wife buys. I gotta look in there, but it's fantastic. It's crispy. It's bacon. There are some that don't taste like the real thing.
Yeah.
But 30 seconds in the microwave, you're done.
Yeah. What I usually do is I cut them into I usually cut my bacon strips, the big package. I cut them in half.
Right.
And then I take out like 4 or 5 strips, and then I cut them into little strips and throw those into the pan, and I throw them in there with the potato.
Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, I never considered cutting them beforehand, and that's a great idea. That way, because sometimes you cut them and they snap into a million pieces, and sometimes you cut them and you're trying there for an hour and they're so the fat part of them just doesn't cut.
Yep. So
I like that.
So what are you guys up to this morning?
Oh, we're just hanging out, drinking. Well, I'm drinking coffee. I'm not sure what Hobby's got in his.
Diet Coke.
I got a pretty good idea.
The usual.
Yeah, it says it's going to be Ryan's cooking show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Cooking with Ryan show.
That works.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Back into the cabinet.
Cool. Well, I don't know. You said it's raining there, Javi. I think we might get a little rain. It's looking a little overcast. And Joanne Feldman, which is the
weather girl
on the local news, said
yeah,
that we might get some rain. But then when she showed the radar, it looks like most of it's going to stay north of I-20. So that lets me out. So. Been nice and cool though. It's been down in the 60s, and yesterday I don't know what it got up to, maybe 80 or something, 81 something like that, which is a big difference from 95.
From the summer, yeah.
So
yeah, it's already cooling down the property. Down here, still muggy.
Rob Austin in the house. Why are you people up so early? It's not early, Rob. And I know you've been up a while because you've got 2 dogs and a cat. So don't act like you're just now getting up. I know that. I love if you follow Rob on if you don't follow Rob on Facebook, you should, because he posts pictures all the time of let's see, what is it, Dusty and Rex
Yep.
And mittens. And I love watching the videos he posts of the dogs, especially Rex, playing with mittens. They always have these good little wrestling matches and stuff. And I don't think my dogs hate cats. I don't know what they would do if they ever actually got close to one, but there's a black cat across the street, and I don't think it would stand a chance if they ever got a hold of it. So, but they it's funny that it's like the black cat knows when the dogs are in the house, because they'll go to the one of the front windows and be barking and raising Cain, and the cat just looks at him like, "Man, no, you can't get me." So he comes over in my yard and poops, and then goes
Hey,
on.
this is pretty cool. I got the coffee right here. Hang on, let me just.
Zach Mannering in the house. I guess we were too loud. We got him woke up. How you doing, Zach? Let's see. Beautiful in Central Texas. 75 to 85 blowing winds. Got more done in my shop yesterday in 3 hours and an entire weekend. That's great, Harry.
Morning, Zach.
Let's see. Earl Walker has been up since 5 a.m. to work now. Well, have a good day at work, Earl. Happy Tuesday. One day closer to Friday for you working fellas. Rob says early for him. He says we have cane day today. Should have 15 people or more working, making some cane.
What over at Quinn?
Yeah, tell everybody, Rob, if you don't mind, post in here and tell everybody what you're doing, because some people may not know what you do with the canes. Mike Haichu, good morning, all.
Morning, Mike.
Of the first and probably only step motor knob challenge. Have you bought your? He sent me the message, because I told him I was going to send like gift card or whatever he wanted. So he said, "Yeah, well, just have them email it to me." I didn't realize you could do that, but Amazon you can email. He said you'd probably get a Raspberry Pi. So
that's an idea.
So have you bought the Raspberry Pi yet, Mike?
See,
43 in Ohio. Yeah, it's getting on down there.
Yeah, see, those are great temperatures, because during the day it'll be 60s. I mean, it'll be late 50s and early 60s, and that's beautiful working weather.
Yeah, I'm normally not a cold weather guy, and it's
secret
Old
sauce.
Bay seasoning.
Yeah, sometimes I can't believe I grew up in Indiana, because I'm not a fan of snow anymore. I don't like the colder temps. Anything below 55 and it's cold to me. But I'm actually looking forward to it, because I've got so much darn stuff to do outside, and I'd rather do it in cold weather than the hot weather, because I haven't done much of anything outside this.
Mike is also working on a rotary machine. I've been trying to get the space to work on mine. I'm looking forward to making the rotary machine.
He's got his coffee finally ready.
Yep.
We might be making a weekend trip down to Savannah pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my one daughter wants to go to one college down there.
Dave Matthews, 52 and sunny here. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, we're going to plug the CNC show here a little bit. Dave Matthews lives in somewhere in New York, not in New York City, somewhere in New York. And he is a Linux CNC user. And I've had some requests to do a show about Linux and CNC. So I'm trying to get together. I I did a kind of a test hangout with Dave because he was a little concerned about his internet connection and stuff, but it all worked great. So he's in, I think, but I want to try to get some other Linux CNC users, and I know it's Dave Matthews, of course, is one. Alan Kreifels is another. So, Alan, if you run across this video, I'm going to be bugging you here pretty soon, trying to get a date nailed down where we can do a show on Linux CNC. Rob Schuster is another one, and he's usually pops in here before he goes to work, so we may see him here in a minute. Let's see. There was Marlo Swedinsky, I think, if I'm saying his name right. He is a Linux CNC, so I'm going to try to get all four of those guys to come on for a show on Linux CNC. So, we got a serious question here. Any advice on starting a small CNC wood shop for production? Well, just
Buy a Gatton.
Yeah, that would be my first advice is buy one of my machines because you can, get in with a CNC without spending an arm or a leg. Just plan it out. I mean, I usually don't tell people to buy a machine and then figure out what you're going to do. I always say, you need to try to have an idea of what you're going to do with it. And maybe even already be making something with templates or whatever before you, because if you just get a CNC and go, well, I'm going to start making stuff and get a, sign shop or whatever it might be, you may have some trouble because you almost have to have, okay. Well, again, that's fine if you already know how to do that. But if you don't know how to do it, you need to learn how to do it first before you go try to. And I'm assuming because of your first question, I'm assuming you don't already have a CNC. So there's a little bit of a learning curve to running one. It's not rocket science. Like I always say, it's not rocket science. But
yeah, it's very simple to put one together. It's a step-by-step process, particularly with Dave's machines. It's the hard part is not putting the machine together, because whatever problem you may run across, there's a million people to help you, get over that. The hardest thing is with the steep learning curve. Again, like Dave said, it's not rocket science. Learning the software, the design software. And for that, they have free software available that you can free versions available that you can, have at it and start now. That's what I would recommend for anybody starting in CNC is learn the software, the design software first. The rest is just creativity in your mind. Some people have it, some people don't. Most people do, but especially in our community. But it's not easy for everyone to transfer an image that they have in their head of a pattern that they're going to do onto a design. A lot of practice and a little bit of intuition.
Yeah, I would say, I would definitely suggest if you, like I said, from your first question, it sounds like you don't have a CNC, but you're going to have to get up to speed with how to run one of the things before you can make anything. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not just pressing a button. That's the last step.
Okay, make sure you get the POs first, or in his case, the POS, and that's usually stands for something else. But I think he means POs, purchase orders. Start by planning on 90 extra space. It will fill up quick. Dave, you started me in CNC with your shoestring, and it cost me a fortune cents. My apologies, Bob.
Yep, that's well. Congratulations, Bob.
You
That's
are,
actually
congratulations, and you have my apologies. But it's it is a bit of a rabbit hole. It's not the most inexpensive hobby, but it's got to be one of the most fun hobbies anyway. So
yeah. But unlike golf, that's also an expensive, or can be also an expensive hobby. This one you can actually produce money with it if you are so inclined. But most of the time, most hobbyist CNCers end up making a lot of stuff for their friends and family, and like Dave said, it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm making stuff today, I guess, since it's rainy. My one sister's getting married this weekend, so and she's a big Harry Potter fan.
Ah,
So I'm doing a big Hogwarts crest and then putting her and her husband's name and all that in a banner.
oh, that's cool.
And it should look pretty neat. It's going to take forever to carve.
yeah, this is what a lot of people think.
Yep. Yeah.
You just throw the wood on there and hit the button,
Yep. Frankie knows better.
and all the magic happens. Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of those. You guys still call them shoestrings. I call them the
Budget bills.
I mean, you guys still call them sidewinders, a lot of them, but I call them the shoestring machines. But there's a ton of those out there still in operation. So well, let's see what we got going on over here. Eric says he needs some magic. I got no skills. The skills will come. My thing is I can program pretty much anything. It's just that I don't have a good imagination, I guess. You know, some of these guys that come up with these different things they make on their machines, I'm just blown away by the things they come up with. I'm just not that.
I have a pretty decent imagination, but it has to start with a need is the problem for me.
Yeah.
It's not hard, but I have to put effort into coming up with something out of the blue. But if I have a need for something, say like my $20 CPAP machine, I'm gonna encase the fans. Well, then I could be as creative as anyone.
Mike says he makes things, wife sells, and I never seem to get the money.
There you go.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. I think there's the law, Mike. Yeah, yeah. That's. I know a lot of guys when they're talking about building CNC or buying tools and stuff, they always refer to their wife as the purchasing department. So started 30 years ago making friends and turned into a full business. Yeah, you know, a lot of businesses, especially the CNC stuff, that's how it starts out. It just kind of starts out as you're making a few things for yourself and the family and some relatives and stuff. And then if you give stuff away, other people see it. You know, they show it to somebody and then they go, "Oh, that's cool. You know, where'd you get that? Can somebody make me one?" And next thing you know, you're slowly adding to your little customer base there. And before you know it, you can, but it just depends on where you're at. If you're someplace where there's a hot market for something, where you can make a bunch of them, may go faster than. Here's Mark Lindsay's got. He says, "My wife is Department of Finance and Planning. I'm Department of Labor and Transportation."
There you go.
That's it. Oh, I see why Mike said that. He says she's not watching. So talk big when the boss ain't around, huh, Mike?
Yeah. Sometimes I have difficulty with the term business because, I mean, owning a couple businesses and being instructed, or my head has been drilled into it, that a business is not a business if it cannot function without you. And 99% of the time when it comes to like a CNC business, try to take yourself out of the equation, and that turns it into a job, a good job that you enjoy. But it's all semantics. But in my all my business all my business coaches would say that's not a business. Can you pull yourself out of it and it'll still produce money? That's
Yeah.
their definition. Which,
Well, if that's the definition, then I don't have a business because
yeah, exactly.
if I don't get up and drink coffee and get out there and do something, nothing gets done. So
Yeah, same here. Panels don't get on the roof without me.
Yep.
we're not even going to get into that subject. How to
Oh
price.
no, it's just I was just like I said,
This is
it's
a coffee drinking show. We're not.
oh yeah, like
into nothing.
yeah, like I said, it's just nomenclature. But
That's way too serious. You can ask that on the CNC with Dave show on Saturday night. We might try to touch it, but
how do you make money in CNC? Sell stuff.
yeah,
It's that simple.
Don't get into CNC or get into the biggest thing that's active right then. Like for like the past year, it's been the flags.
Yeah.
And it's
I saw you posted a picture of one of those just the other day. That looked pretty awesome. A lot of people making those. I need to try to make one of those, I guess.
They're fun. I mean, there's no real market for it anymore because so many people are doing it.
And that's the sad part. Anything that's fun. Yeah, I mean, basically, if you want to make money in CNC, you got to pull all the fun out of it, because you do the repetitive stuff that sells. That's no fun, but you're making money. And then you do all the creative stuff. That's a blast, but it'll take you hours and hours and hours on the machine, like your present for the wedding. But that's fun.
Yeah.
Hitch says, "Does Dave Matthews play in a band?" And I know Hitch. I think of the same thing every time I see Dave Matthews comment in Facebook
same here.
or whatever.
And Mark Lindsay and the Raiders.
Yeah.
But that one's true.
I think that one is true.
Yeah, he just hides it behind those shades of his.
Bill Larison says, "What about a multi-guitar rack? Are you want me to build you one, Bill?"
If you want to make money in CNC, you got to build things that are cheap to buy.
Yep.
That's the other thing too. It's
cheap to
if
ship.
you're trying to make something that people can go to Walmart or somewhere and get for $12, and and you have more than that in just material.
And cheap to ship. If you make something that fits in a flat rate box, you're ahead of the game. If you're building a piece of furniture, well, it better be local and delivery.
Dave says he wants the royalty checks from Dave Matthews Band.
There you go.
Dustin. Where did I get Dustin? I want to say Dustin Hoffman. Dixon Hoffman. Yes, it does take the fun out of the equation. No Walmart, knick-knack crap. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it takes all the fun out. Like my business that I have doing the solar, I love it. It's a blast. I mean, I have a lot of fun doing it. I mean, sometimes it's a pain in the butt, but overall, it's not a job to me.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's different.
Well, that's important too. If you like it and it hasn't become tedious, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Because people very, very often say, "Oh, you wanna really make money? Do what you love." I've done that all my life, and I end up not loving it after a while because you just well, personally, I get bored with it and move on to the next thing. But it's and I ended up making money out of stuff that I don't love. Nobody loves painting.
Yeah.
But it makes money. Why? Nobody wants to do it.
And not very many people are good at it.
That's the thing. If you're doing something that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah.
They
all tell me, all my customers tell me the same thing. Well, I can paint my house. Well, I know. It's like 99.999% of the people know how to paint. It's not paint well. That's a different thing. But anybody can paint.
Yeah.
One thing, and again, I don't do a lot of custom stuff. Occasionally I'll build, one of those little guitars or something somebody wants. But whoever that guy was that was asking about this guy here, how do you say that? Armentum. One thing I would recommend, and I'm sure a lot of other folks will back me up on it. If you're doing custom work, get half up front or something.
Yeah. Because
if you spend all, if somebody wants a custom order, like for example, I had a guy wanted me to build a couple of guitars, but they were left-handed. Well, left-handed guitars don't sell as well as right-handed because there's a lot more right-handed people. So, you got to get some money to cover the thing. And I said, this is going to be a non-refundable deposit on custom order.
Because you can't resell it if they don't want it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I probably could have resold it eventually, but, I didn't want to build a left-handed guitar. Because they don't sell. But this guy, and in fact, he wanted two of them. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. But, you got to get a non-refundable deposit that way. Because I just told him, I said, in case you can't, cancel the order, I said, because I can't just whip them out overnight. It's, it's a lot of work to building two of them. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
so what's the difference between a right and a left-handed? Is it just the neck is switch the opposite way, or what?
Well, he wanted a custom body, so the body's flipped. The shape of the guitar body.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Is flipped a different way.
Yes, mirrored.
I'm just saying, like, if it was a cigar box guitar, is the only real difference that the neck is flipped the other direction, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, you could actually restring it, but then everything is in the wrong place.
Okay.
For example, this is a right-handed guitar. Well, if somebody left-handed tries to play it, now they're playing it like this. These are on the top, so they're in the way. They could restring it the other way to make it left-handed, but now the shape's backwards and everything's backwards on it. So this guy wanted a guitar, wasn't this body shape, but one similar. And I got all excited when he said he wanted to order. He said he wanted a license plate guitar and he was looking at my website, and I thought, oh great, I'm going to get rid of two guitars. And he goes, I'm left-handed. I want them like that, but I need them left-handed. And I'm like, okay, so now I got to build some. But yeah. All right, Bob, we will see you later. Have a happy Tuesday. Let's see here. I guess we're going to wrap this one up. We're going on about 50 minutes here. Dixon says, I love doing all the designing and CAD work. The machines do all the work. Yeah, kind of.
Half the work.
He must
if you give it to he must have a guy sending it for him.
He must have one of those magic cycle start buttons on his. I don't know. I don't have one on mine. Yeah. But my favorite part of like what he said, my favorite part is designing the project. I guess because that's with sheet metal, that's what I used to do for a living. So that part of it is always the challenging part, making the 3D models and doing the assembly and making sure everything fits. There's no interference and, putting access holes if you need to get to something after it's together, figuring out all that stuff. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
But the actual build is, when you get it to that point, I'm kind of like, it's just because I've done it so much now. It's not as exciting as it used to be.
When it's the same thing, over and over.
As BB King would say, the thrill is gone.
But when you have something like
it's coming in.
What's that?
Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Jack's right.
I mean, hey, Jack. There you go.
I'm going to set up. I think. Well, I probably shouldn't say I was going to make it a surprise, but I may try to set up another camera and call it the Rocky Cam, where you can see just how lazy my dogs are.
That'll work.
All they do is, it's not all they do, but yeah. See, they all come in here like, stretching and stuff like they just got up from sleeping somewhere. And I'm surprised they weren't in there. Now they're both laying right behind me, and a lot of times, if I'm in here working quietly, they'll be right here. But if I'm doing a live or something talking, they're like, man, he's too loud. Let's go in here. So they leave and go get on the couch or something.
Yeah, the design work
is. I let my dogs on the couch.
The design work is fun, and I mean, there is a bit of a learning curve. I remember when I first started in CNC, more often than not, I would design something. And it never turned out exactly. Even now, every now and then, it never turns out. There's always something missing, something that you have to tweak, some hole that you have to make larger or smaller and compensate for something, or something not in the right position. So, I mean, with experience, you measure twice and cut once, and you get those things spot on now. But there's a lot of like I said, it takes a bit of practice and a bit of intuition to transfer the design into the actual concept. I mean, the concept into the actual product.
Getting a lot of interesting comments over here. Dixon says you couldn't make money if it weren't for the CNC because of the time to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Well,
you'd have to charge a lot more.
Depending on your pricing, as long as you got somebody willing to pay for the handcrafted work, you can still make money doing stuff by hand. It's just hard finding people that want to pay that. Heck, people don't want to pay for CNC stuff.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to my other comment that in the CNC world, and I'm speaking generally, most of the stuff that makes money is the repetitive stuff that it's either about volume or about making something really, really cheap. Like we said earlier, that people want a wine holder, for instance, and something that you can make in 2 minutes and out of a piece of wood and sell for, $10 or $20.
Mm-hmm. All right, looks like everybody's getting to work, so I guess we should too.
Work.
I'm wrapping this one up here.
Okay, I'll call my man and say, "Hey, what you doing today?"
Do what?
I'll call my guys at the job site and go, "Hey, what you guys painting today?"
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Ryan, thanks for joining us this morning. I've enjoyed watching you eat your breakfast.
I tried not to eat on camera. I was making sure that I was in the area of where the comments would pop up. So
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're the last one to join. You get covered up by the comments a lot. So
yep. Good times.
So anyhow, I know I've got to get out there and get to work. Like I said, I was just joking. Well, I wasn't really joking about the laundry and the grocery list. Because I got to do that too. You guys have your groceries delivered? Am I the only one that does that?
No, Well, yeah, technically my wife,
Well, yeah. But,
but no,
no, you can experiment with
I've got an extremely thrifty wife with who cuts coupons and goes to 3 or 4 different grocery stores and saves hundreds of dollars each month.
Okay.
I'm very lucky in that sense. Blessed.
It says his wife is after him to get busy. So, all right. Thanks for joining us, Hitch. Yeah, I got where I do the Publix delivery thing, and you can actually do all the shopping online, and you just click, and you got a little person that goes around, and they're your shopper, and they text you if you've ordered something and they're out of it, and
they deliver it to you.
They don't have this. Is this an okay substitute? And then you can approve it and all that stuff.
Do they deliver it to you, or you pick it up already delivered at the?
You can do both. They actually have a couple of parking spots designated to go up there, and I guess you just call them or text them, and the guy brings it out or whatever. But yeah. I'm even lazier than that. I have them bring it to me. But I like it. I only do it if I'm motivated and I get busy working on something, because I don't like to stop and say, I can go to the grocery store. Because if I stop and go to the grocery store and come back,
then you'll lose all the production.
I lose the momentum, the motive.
Right. The move.
So I just order it and they bring it right here, and it works pretty good. So anyway, I gotta work on my shopping list and get that going. So
I'm going for a run.
It says have a great day. Everybody have an awesome Tuesday. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't forget to bring your coffee. And I'm pretty tickled that the scheduling thing with StreamYard seemed to work flawlessly. So that's pretty sweet. I don't have to go back and add the.
Well, don't say anything yet, because when you finish the stream, there might be 2 or 3 up there.
Yeah, well, I've already was able to put my description and links and all that stuff in there, so all that's already right. Yeah, so looks like it's working good so far. So anyhow, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Hobby. Thank you all. We've had a good 20 or 30 folks hanging in here watching us. Well, watching me drink coffee, watching Ryan eat breakfast, and watching Hobby drink Diet Coke. So anyway, everybody have a great Tuesday, and we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.